Today's episode is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Renewal by Andersen offers you a better way to a better window. Go to rbacentralpadeals.com for this month's specials. A state lawmaker has proposed a bill that would regulate book bans in Pennsylvania. In Philadelphia, that summer curfew for teens may soon become permanent. Pennsylvania still has the most vehicle-animal collisions in the country. Plus, this city is the absolute worst to drive in. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in a PA. State Representative Chris Rabb has proposed legislation that would regulate book bans in schools across Pennsylvania, reports the Tribune Review. This legislation will require school boards to participate in at least 2 public hearings with the state education department, which would be moderated by professionals with knowledge on the book in question. These hearings would be held before the board votes on whether the book gets banned. States Rabb, quote, "This legislation will ensure the voices of the district's teachers, students, and community members are adequately heard when making these important decisions." The bill's status remains pending. Philadelphia's summer curfew for teenagers may become permanent as a means to keep them safe, reports Why. The city council is forging ahead with a bill that could keep kids 13 and under home by 9:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. for those 14 and up. If they're accompanied by a parent, running an errand their parents ask them to do, or working, they're exempt. Any teen found in violation of the curfew will be taken to one of 4 resource centers set to open by the end of this month. The full city council is set to consider this legislation, and, if approved, it'll head to Mayor Jim Kenney for signing. An annual report from State Farm has revealed that Pennsylvania is still the #1 state with the most vehicle-animal collisions in the country, states PennLive. The report showed how Pennsylvania filed over 155,000 of such collision claims within a 1-year period, with deer making up the majority of the damage done to cars. Pennsylvanians also have a higher chance of hitting animals while driving, 1 in 58, against a national average of 1 in 116. Since it's currently fall breeding season for deer, making now through December prime time for possibly hitting one, please remember to be careful while driving. A recent study has given one city in Pennsylvania a title that no one should be proud of, says PennLive. That title is America's Absolute Worst City to Drive In. Yes, Philadelphia was given low marks by WalletHub thanks to things like having super high parking rates as well as forcing people to spend a lot of time in traffic congestion. As such, it got the number 100 slot in a list of 100 cities. Pittsburgh did marginally better as the 63rd overall city. The #1 city where driving is supposedly a peach was Raleigh, North Carolina. If you're driving in Philadelphia right now while listening to this podcast, sorry. And that is it for today. For even more Pennsylvania news and otherwise, visit PennLive.com. Also, please remember to rate this podcast and perhaps publish an honest review. Thanks ahead of time, and as always, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll see you tomorrow for more of Today in a PA. Today's episode is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Renewal by Andersen offers you a better way to a better window. Go to rbacentralpadeals.com for this month's specials.